This is Paul. Now, verse 12, and hath seen, yes, in a vision, yes, he does, has seen in a vision, yep, a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him that he might receive his sight. Then Ananias answered, "Oh, Lord, I have heard by many of this man and how much evil, yes, he hath done to thy saints in Jerusalem. And here he hath authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on thy name." But the Lord said unto him, "Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel, yes, unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake." Yes. Now, I just wanted to mention all this suffering that I've experienced. Yes. Yeah, God didn't tell me to do that. In fact, any person that's praying for me right now, and I would encourage you to pray for me. Yes. Just get down on your knees, just like this individual, and just really begin to intercede and say, "Lord, please help Paul. He's really homeless. Yes, I have to move, and I could end up in the homeless shelter again. And my sons were taken from me 8 years, 5 months, and approximately 11 days ago. Yes, everything I owned was given to my wife without any due process of law. Yes, and then there are all those arrests that I've experienced based upon the arbitrary arrest and detention of myself. Yes, where somebody said it's the Lord's will that you experience this. Now, I always thought that God wanted me to be a trillionaire. Yes, sounds crazy. There's that Holy Grail. Pooh, there's the wobbler. Yes, there is. There's the steam electricity. Yes. See, a lot of Christians, yes, unless they really feel a burden for somebody, but I could put it on you today. Pooch. Let's say you're in a church. Yes. You have knowledge of the impersonating of Marilyn Van Proyn in a Rotarian newsletter. Yes. You have knowledge that my sister Susan Bowers didn't do it for free. She was bribed. Yeah. You have knowledge that her husband has been an abusive spouse for the last 25 years. And your thought was, well, we can never contradict Mike because he always hears from God. Yeah. Now, my thought was I should speak to her about what she wants to do as a citizen of the United States. And every time I document the fraudulent use of the image of Susan Bowers in a Rotarian newsletter, I feel compulsion to want to protect her, to preserve her rights as a citizen, yes, and defend her against an individual that thought that it was okay, yes, to impersonate his own wife. Now, a lot of spouses, they have a problem, what's known as wanting to defend the individual. Yes. But I thought for sure that the sheriffs and the police departments would realize it's not that I just want to have sex with Marilyn. That's not my total concern. Anytime you use a picture of any relative of me in any Rotarian newsletter, yes, where it's the intentional torture and infliction of psychological and to a certain extent physical distress, I do spend hours and hours and hours at a computer sitting on my butt. Just keep sending those emails, keep sending them, keep sending them. I would like to be a little more active. I thought about exercising an hour a day. It is causing some sedentary lifestyle that I don't want to experience. And I know you say, well, if your muscles, they go soft on you. If in some way you gain weight because you're sitting there in front of a computer day after day after day, your individual problems are not our problems. But I kind of thought they were. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. But you said no. If your muscles go soft and you get fat from sending over 3 million emails, yeah, we have no liability for the physical weaknesses that you've been experiencing. Now, how else would I communicate? I could call the police department. Yes. I could ask to speak to the chief of police. Yes. Do you have any knowledge of any forgeries? Yes. Any fraud? Any felony? Yes. Any false arrest or false detainment of any citizen in your individual city? Now, the chief of police would say, no, Paul, we have probable cause. Did you really? Yeah, I decided a long time ago not to use the telephone. Yes. I thought I should document crime. Yes. I thought I should document the arbitrary arrest and detainment of myself. Yeah. I thought I should document the international laws that are being violated. Yes. And then the International Covenant of the United Nations. Yes. That it does violate my civil and political rights as a citizen of the United States. Now, you thought I should call. And I thought, no, I'm going to email. And I'm going to sit there on my fat butt every day of the week